Jia Hao, as they say in China. I'm actually in Vietnam, and it is Monday morning here. So for me, yesterday I watched the Cubs and Brewers game, and they got their fucking asses kicked. Cubs jumped out in front, like I think with the first batter, Bush hit a home run, and then Boyd came in on 3 days rest and just got hammered by Milwaukee. I believe they scored 6 runs in the first inning, and I had to stop watching after the third inning. It was just, oh, it was painful. But yeah, the Brewers won the game 9-3, and then the Yankees also got their asses kicked 10-1. They got an even worse beat down by the Toronto Blue Jays. So what does this all mean? Well, I think both the Yankees and the Cubs, they just got done playing a three-game wild card series. So what do you think about this? I don't like it. I've never liked this new format. First of all, I just think it cheapens the regular season to allow so many teams into the postseason. I don't like that some teams don't have to play as many series. Personally, I think I probably wish it was still the way it was like 20 years ago when you only had 4 teams from each league going to the postseason. Now, when they changed it to 5 teams, actually, I didn't like that either, but I was kind of okay with that. I mean, it did kind of make the season a little more interesting. It made winning your division a lot more important. But now they go to this stupid 3-game series after a 162 game season. I mean, the Cubs, they are just freaking exhausted coming into this game one divisional series, just like 36 hours later after finishing this 3-game series. And the same with the Yankees, obviously. I didn't watch any of the Yankees Blue Jays game. If you don't know, if you can't tell, I'm a Cubs fan. That's pretty much the only team I watch. I mean, I did watch like that ninth inning between the Yankees and the Red Sox. I was pretty surprised. I didn't even know Aroldis Chapman was now playing for the Red Sox. That was pretty crazy after he spent so many years with the Yankees. But anyway, like I said, just I don't like this new format. Wish it was still at the old format for 4 years ago. But of course, you know, if that format hadn't changed, the Cubs, they wouldn't have made it to the NLCS. They wouldn't have even made it to the divisional series in 2015. But of course, I think in 2020 and 2018, both those years, they would have gone straight to the divisional series. 2018 was just, oh, that was horrible. That's probably for another video. But anyway, but this season, if it was still with the 4-game format, they would have gone straight to the divisional series. If it was even with the 14 format, where 4 teams go to the postseason from each league, they would have gone straight to the divisional series, without playing any extra games. But even if it was like the way it was like, what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when you had 5 teams, when you had that one playoff game, had it been like that, Cubs would have only had to play like with one playoff game against San Diego. They would have played one game against San Diego. If it would have been the same result as game one from that series, they would have won it. And then they would have gone on to the divisional series with more rust. Should there be a wild cards 3-game series? What do you think? And I just think it's just asking too much of the players, I think. I remember game of the regular season. I left a comment on a video that had a condensed game for it, and I was like, why the F are all the regulars starting this game when they've already locked up home field advantage? They should be resting up for that series. And some jackass, he replied back, do they need rest? Well, he just got done playing 162 games. I think most people don't understand how tough that is. It is really, really tough. Yeah, they get some players, not every, most players don't play every game, but still, I think most teams, and definitely true with Craig Counsell, they play their regulars too much. They should be giving them more rest. Why on earth Craig Counsell decided to play the regulars in the last game? And they had like an extra series coming up. Just I don't get it. And I like Craig Counsell. I was really happy that he came to Chicago from Milwaukee, but I think he's been playing the regulars way too hard. He's definitely playing PCA too hard. I mean, this guy he started off really hot. He was like the best player in the league for the first half, pretty much, but then he just ran out of gas. They were playing him every day, wouldn't give him a day off hardly ever. And I think that's why the Cubs started to fade a lot. I mean, they had like a 5 or 6 game lead at one point, and then they started fading. And I don't know, maybe Milwaukee did the same thing, but I just don't like it. And I think if they're going to have this stupid 3 game series at the minimum, they should at least reduce the regular season. And I think this the game one for these two divisional series says a lot to that. Yeah, uh, the Dodgers they actually won their game one against the Phillies, but they didn't have to play 3 games. They swept the Reds. They had a little more rest. But looking at these 2 games, definitely makes me realize how correct I was, and they should they should have stuck to the old format. I think they should go back, but if they're gonna keep this format of expanded playoffs, they should at very least reduce the number of games in the regular season. And like I said, I was watching this game one. I'm in Vietnam, so I was asleep when it was live. So I get up Sunday morning, go to watch the game, and ordered me some McDonald's for breakfast. That was kind of nice, but that's great how much delivery of McDonald's and like KFC is here in Vietnam. I got a nice little breakfast combo for delivered for less than $4, so that's cool. But anyway, I'm watching this game, getting excited when Bush hits that home run, but then it was just too painful to watch, and you know, it was obvious all the Cubs, they were just freaking exhausted. They had nothing left in the tank. I mean, thank God they have a day off. Hopefully they can come back. But I mean, if I was Craig Counsell, first of all, well, I can sort of understand having him have all the regulars start, but I think I would have just given them after that second inning, I would have given them like 3 innings, and then I would have pulled them. I would have put the bench in and just let Milwaukee win by 20 runs. Then let Dansby, Swanson, and PCA and Horner. Horner made that horrible error, opened up the door to a big inning for the Brewers. He definitely needs rest. You know, let all the regulars rest. He should have like let them rest after the third inning. He should have just benched them, pulled them from the game after the third inning, let them get a little extra rest for game two. I'm sure that didn't happen, but yeah. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. If anybody actually watches this, I do have like over 300 subscribers. Hopefully, some of them end up watching this. Do you think there should be a wild card series? Should it be 5 teams from each league? Should it go back to 4 teams from each league? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. Hope you have a great day. Peace.